desperation! Let them exhaust themselves! Drive them to the river! Your courage will not be forgotten. Rest in power.
She was born into a kingdom under threat, where rival empires sought to claim what was not theirs. Even as a child, her spirit burned brighter than fear. She would not bow, she would not surrender. And from the rivers of Ndongo, a legend would rise.
Nzinga, remember this: strength alone does not make a queen. Wisdom and courage do.
Even royalty must learn. While others played, she observed. Every gesture, every word of the elders, every movement of soldiers was a lesson. Curiosity became her weapon, and awareness her shield.
I will learn everything so one day they cannot touch my people.
Beyond the river, strangers sailed with their sails full and their intentions hidden. They came with promises of trade, yet whispers of conquest followed them. Her eyes never left the horizon, for she sensed the storm before it arrived.
Your Majesty, ships on the horizon.
Watch carefully. Every move they make will tell their truth.
She learned that a crown is more than jewels and silk. It is strategy, foresight, and cunning. Each map she studied, each drill she practiced, sharpened not just her mind, but her destiny. Every day she prepared, knowing the world would demand her strength.
Nzinga, observe the terrain, and see not the land, but the possibilities it offers.
Noted, Papa.
Curiosity became vigilance. Every distant movement, every whispered conversation, became a lesson. Even as a child, she understood that knowledge could protect or destroy.
They are not here to trade. They come for our lands.
Then we will not give it. Not willingly.
And she vowed to be unstoppable. Even words can wound. She watched as her father negotiated peace with rival chiefs. Each promise and each slight was a lesson in power. She would never be naive. She would never be weak. Whispers in the dark taught her caution. Not all battles were fought with swords. Some were fought in shadows, with silence and secrets. And she learned to move where others feared.
Keep your ears open, young princess. Not all who smile mean well.
I will remember and I will act when the time is right.
Alone under the stars, she contemplated destiny. Her kingdom was fragile, her enemies numerous, but her heart was fierce. Even in solitude, her courage was unshakable, and her mind sharp as the sword she would one day wield. Every dawn brought preparation. The village, the warriors, the royal guards, all ready. And she, though still young, carried the weight of strategy on her shoulders. The first true test of courage was near.
Sharpen your swords, steady your hearts. Today we defend our land.
The clash was fierce, the riverbank alive with dust and chaos. Her first taste of battle tested every lesson she had learned. Yet even as swords met shields, her mind remained clear, her spirit unbroken.
Hold the line! Protect the people! Strike only when I command!
The years passed, and childhood quietly faded. The kingdom no longer saw just a princess. They saw a future ruler. Every gaze carried expectation. Every silence carried pressure. And Nzinga felt the crown forming long before it ever touched her head.
The people already look to you, Nzinga. Do you feel it?
Yes, Father, and I will not let them look in vain.
Trade turned into tension. Tension turned into threats. The Portuguese were no longer visitors. They were positioning themselves like hunters. The air in Ndongo grew heavy with uncertainty.
They are building forts along the river.
Then they are not guests, they are preparing to stay.
Nzinga learned that silence can be louder than speech. While men argued in pride, she studied their weaknesses. While warriors boasted, she calculated outcomes. She was becoming dangerous, not because of strength, but because of insight.
War is inevitable.
War is only inevitable when wisdom fails.
Then came the whisper no kingdom wishes to hear. The king was ill. The palace corridors grew quieter. Fear crept into conversations. And Nzinga understood that destiny was approaching faster than she expected.
His strength fades, princess.
Then mine must rise.
Power never rests peacefully in royal bloodlines. Rivalries stirred beneath polite words. Brothers measured ambition against loyalty. And Nzinga realized that survival would require more than love. It would require strategy.
The throne belongs to a king, not a woman.
The throne belongs to the one who can protect it.
When the king passed, grief spread like wildfire. Drums beat slowly across the kingdom. Tears mixed with uncertainty. And the world Nzinga knew shifted forever.
The king is gone.
Then Ndongo must not fall with him.
The throne did not pass peacefully. Alliances fractured. Enemies watched with anticipation. The Portuguese saw opportunity in instability. But Nzinga saw something else, a chance to prove herself.
They believe Ndongo is weak now.
Then let them believe it.
Instead of rage, she chose patience. Instead of noise, she chose precision. She understood that strength is most powerful when hidden. And she began setting pieces in motion. The Portuguese returned, confident, calculating. They expected submission. They expected weakness. What they would find instead was a queen in the making.
We come to discuss peace.
Peace requires respect.
They offered her no chair. They meant to make her kneel. They meant to remind her of their dominance. But Nzinga did not kneel. She rewrote the moment.
Kneel, and we will begin.
If I kneel, it will be to no man who seeks to chain my people.
They thought humiliation would weaken her. They thought denial of a seat would force submission. But Nzinga understood power is often psychological. And in one unforgettable moment, she shifted the balance forever.
There is no chair prepared for you.
I'm already seated, do not bother.
What is this?
Now we may speak as equals.
She did not raise her voice. She did not threaten. She negotiated with precision, each word measured like a blade. And slowly, the envoys realized they were not speaking to a girl, but to a ruler.
You want trade, we want sovereignty. Respect our borders, and peace can exist.
And if we refuse?
Then history will remember who chose war.
Sometimes survival requires unexpected choices. Nzinga agreed to symbolic gestures of alliance, not from weakness, but from strategy. She knew appearances could buy time, and time was the greatest weapon she possessed.
Will they believe your sincerity?
They will believe what they wish to believe.
Behind closed doors, she revealed her true intentions. The agreement was not surrender, it was positioning. She would strengthen her army, secure alliances, and prepare silently. And when the moment came, Ndongo would not be caught unready.
Peace is temporary, preparation is permanent.
Then we begin at once.
Division had weakened them for too long. Nzinga traveled across lands, meeting chiefs face to face. She listened before she spoke, and slowly, rival tribes began to see unity as survival.
Alone we fall, together we endure.
You speak with courage, we will stand with you.
She no longer stood behind warriors. She stood among them. She trained with them. She fought beside them. And in doing so, she transformed from princess to symbol.
Our queen fights with us!
I ask nothing of you that I will not do myself.
While Ndongo strengthened, the Portuguese expanded their forts. Stone by stone, they planted control along the riverbanks. The tension tightened like a drawn bowstring.
Their walls grow higher each week.
Then we must grow stronger each day.
Nzinga chose her moment carefully. A small detachment, isolated and overconfident. She struck fast, like lightning in dry season. And the message was clear: Ndongo would not be dominated.
Now! Surround them! Strike!
Victory brought confidence, but also retaliation. Nzinga knew this was only the beginning. Every triumph would invite a stronger response. And she prepared for escalation.
We drove them back.
Then they will return in greater numbers. We must be prepared.
Even the strongest leaders questioned themselves in silence. Alone by firelight, she weighed the cost of war. Lives, families, futures. And still, she chose resistance.
If I must carry this burden, let it be worth the sacrifice.
Information became her silent ally. Spies moved quietly between settlements. Reports flowed back to her chamber. And with knowledge, she controlled the board.
They prepare reinforcements.
Then we adjust before they arrive.
She understood something greater than warfare: symbolism. The people needed hope as much as strategy. And so she appeared strong, fearless, unshaken. because courage spreads.
Our queen stands firm.
As long as I breathe, Ndongo breathes.
Skirmishes turned into campaigns. Campaigns turned into sustained conflict. The Portuguese underestimated her resolve, and that miscalculation would cost them dearly. She mastered the terrain. Rivers became traps. Forests became shields. And the enemy, unfamiliar with the land, found themselves surrounded by it.
Use the forest. Let the land fight with us.
Stories of her defiance spread beyond borders. Traders whispered her name. Rivals reconsidered alliances. And slowly, she became more than a queen. She became a legend in motion.
Oh dear ancestors of our land, thank you for the victory so far. Keep filling me with the wisdom to keep defeating the enemies of our land. Ndongo must conquer!
But danger often hides close to power. A trusted nobleman sought favor with the Portuguese. Betrayal threatened from within. And Nzinga responded swiftly.
You would sell your people?
I sought security.
You chose cowardice, not security.
She could have ruled by fear. Instead, she ruled by calculated justice. Mercy, when earned, created loyalty. And loyalty builds empires stronger than stone.
Warriors, you will serve your people again faithfully, for the enemies are cooking and almost ready to serve.
She sensed it. A larger confrontation was inevitable. The Portuguese would not retreat quietly. The storm was gathering, and Nzinga stood ready.
Your Highness, their forces double.
Then so does our resolve. Victory or Hackball!
Before battle, she gathered her army. Not as subjects, but as family. She reminded them what they fought for. Land, dignity, freedom.
Swear to stand for Ndongo! Swear it again!
Silence settled over the kingdom that night. The drums stopped. The wind slowed. And under the stars, a queen prepared to challenge an empire.
Let tomorrow remember who we are.
They came at dawn, not as traders, not as negotiators, but as conquerors. The river that once carried commerce now carried war.
They crossed the river in full force!
Then today we remind them whose land this is.
Steel met spear. Gunpowder cracked through the air. The ground trembled beneath chaos. But Ndongo did not scatter. Strength is not stubbornness.
Hold formation! Let them exhaust themselves!
When the enemy pressed harder, Nzinga withdrew strategically. Not in defeat, but in calculation.
We are losing ground!
Ground can be reclaimed, lives cannot.
Fall back!
The Portuguese followed, confident. But the forest was not theirs. The land itself began to fight beside her. Confusion shattered their ranks. Their formation collapsed. And for the first time, doubt crept into their eyes.
Drive them to the river!
The river ran red that day. Victory came, but not without sacrifice. And Nzinga walked among the fallen, feeling the weight of command.
Your courage will not be forgotten. Rest in power.
But empires do not surrender easily. Reinforcements marched inland. Heavier weapons. Greater numbers. The storm had only begun.
More ships anchor at the coast. Then we expand beyond Ndongo.
Nzinga moved east, toward Matamba. If Ndongo was threatened, she would build a stronger kingdom. Survival required expansion.
Matamba will not fall. It will rise with us. United we stand, divided we fall.
Through strategy and persuasion, she secured her position in Matamba. 2 kingdoms now stood under her leadership.
Nzinga, you will lead us?
I will fight for you. You just need to support and believe in me.
She was no longer defending a throne. She was building a legacy. Ndongo and Matamba stood united under one warrior queen.
Long live Queen Nzinga!
She rebuilt stronger, recruited faster, trained harder. This was no longer resistance, it was revolution.
Train them to outthink, not just outfight.
She spread rumors of invincibility, of forests that swallowed enemies whole. Fear traveled faster than armies. When she struck next, it was decisive, coordinated, ruthless. The Portuguese forts trembled.
No mercy for oppression. For Ndongo!
Stone walls fell. Smoke filled the air. And the symbol of foreign dominance cracked under her command. Humiliation burned in Lisbon. Reports describe her as relentless, dangerous, unbreakable.
She must be stopped! There must be a way to stop her! She's not invincible as she claims!
Years passed. Battles came and went. But she endured. And endurance became her greatest weapon. Even warriors know when to negotiate. She returned to diplomacy, this time from a position of undeniable strength.
Peace is possible, but never submission.
They finally acknowledged what they once dismissed. She was not temporary. She was sovereign.
We recognize your authority, Queen Nzinga.
Glad you finally acknowledged.
Peace returned gradually. Villages rebuilt. Markets reopened. Children played freely again.
The war is over? Yes, for now.
She stood by the river once more. The same waters that carried invaders had carried her into legend.
We endured, we sacrificed, we triumphed, we rebuilt. May the gods be praised.
She defied an empire. She united kingdoms. She fought with intellect as fiercely as with steel. And long after her footsteps faded, her name remained, Queen Nzinga, the warrior who refused to kneel.
Was she real?
Yes, my child, as real as the land beneath your feet.